Salutations, adventurers! Welcome to Roll for Felicity, where we play serialized one-shots in a multitude of systems with assorted players. And today, we are playing one of those serialized one-shots. We've done 2 other one-shots with the same crew, with the same system. We're playing Basic Witches, and tonight, it's prom. So we're all dressed and ready for prom. We hope that you all are too. Everyone in chat, if you're not wearing a tuxedo, a dress... No, it's too hot for that. If you don't have to be wearing something fancy, that's fine. Kelly, hello. I saw, for some reason, OBS wasn't letting me respond to your chat, but hello. I'm so flustered now because I always do this at the start of stream where I'm like, what am I doing? So we're playing Basic Witches. If you're new here, my name is Taylor. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the person who's usually running games on here. I do sometimes have guest GMs, but it's usually me. And I also play other games on here, video games, Minecraft, stuff like that. And then also, as I'm introducing or having my guests introduce themselves, we do have like a little icebreaker thing to go over. And since tonight is a prom-themed game, I thought a good prompt for you all get to know us a little bit better is for us to talk about a memorable school dance experience. And I'm immediately going to be stretching the definition of school dance because I was homeschooled, which has come up a couple of times before running this game. So we didn't do any school dances, and it was like a Christian homeschool group, so dancing wasn't, going to dances was not a big thing anyway. But square dancing was a very big thing. So, and line dancing, like square dances and like English line dance. So for my 16th birthday, my mom planned a surprise party for me that was a square dance / line dance, and it was so fun. Because we went to like a lot of square dances and it was a lot of the same people from that. So it was like some people who were my friends and then some people who just went to a lot of line dances. So I didn't realize it was explicitly for me until like halfway through. Like I thought my mom just like commandeered an existing event and like put pictures of me everywhere and then told everyone to say surprise. And so I was like, didn't know how to react, and then halfway through, someone was like, no, this is like your party. This is for you. But that's
really made more sense to you that your mom had commandeered somebody else's event than it did
because there were some people there that like I only knew from square dances. So I was like, well, these people wouldn't be here for a party for me. Like, this must be an event that was already a thing. And mom just invited some of my friends. But no, it was for me. Oh, my mom is in the chat. Thank you, Mom. It was very fun, though. It was a very fun time. Even though I was convinced that it was just a coincidence that it was my birthday until, an hour in. So I'll turn over to each of you to introduce yourselves. And we're going to start with Paige. Do you want to introduce yourself to everybody and then also tell us about a memorable school dance experience that you had?
Yeah, hi everybody. I see some familiar people in the chat anyway. My name is Paige. I'm also a dungeon master for some friends and family over on my Twitch channel. So I was thinking back on school dances, and I was quite dramatic in high school, so I did have a very dramatic junior prom, but I don't want to be dramatic. Yeah, I mean, shocking. But instead, I was talking to a group of friends in college. So my school dance is going to be a college dance. And we were all invited to a dance. And for some reason, all of me and my friends decided to go in costume. It was not a costume dance, by the way. And we decided to all go in theme as the Jersey Shore. Yes. So we went to a college dance dressed up as members of the Jersey Shore. And fun fact, we were just recounting this because my friend is watching the show The Boys, and I'm fairly confident we met Jack Quaid at this party dressed up as Jersey Shore. And so that's probably my favorite school dance story, where we just commandeered a very wholesome event and ruined it.
That's kind of the best kind of school memory, though, to be honest.
It went down as Jersey Shore Night, so like everybody referred to it as Jersey Shore Night. So I'm pretty proud of that.
That's great. That's great to turn. So you did kind of what I thought my mom was doing, which was to take an established event and turn it into your own thing.
Exactly.
Kitty, do you want to introduce yourself to everyone and also tell about a memorable school dance story?
Sure. Hi, I'm Kitty Stryker. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm going to be playing Cassandra. Let's see. I didn't really have a normal high school experience. I spent a lot of time in and out of group homes, for example. I was a troubled youth. Now I kind of have some context for that, and I'm like, oh, I just really wanted to hang out with other kids, and I couldn't really do that at my home for many mental health reasons of my family. So I didn't really have prom, and I didn't have the kind of relationship with my parents where like they would have helped me get a dress or like any of that. So I think I went through a process of like, because I couldn't go, I pretended I didn't care. And I was very like, oh, well, I'm goth anyway. And like school things are silly and whatever. And now that I'm older, I can be like, no, I would have loved to go. I just like wanted the whole shebang. I wanted the whole fantasy experience, which I did end up getting later. I got to go to a queer prom that was for all LGBTQ kids in the Boston area. And so there was like hundreds of us, and it was this massive rave in Boston City Hall. And we got to dress up fancy and everything. And there was like tons of bottled water and snacks and like really, like honestly, probably better music. And everybody there was queer. So like in some ways, I feel like that ended up being a better prom experience than if I had actually gone to my school's prom. So I'm glad that I had that at least, because that was quite an extravaganza. It was interesting too, because it wasn't just like 16-year-olds. I think it was like for 16 up to like 23 or something. So there was like a big mix of people. And I remember my gay best friend like hooking up with someone who was a couple of years older, and they were literally wearing the same clothes in different colors. Like they both had like a white tank top on. They had this particular brand of like parachute pants, but like one was wearing black, one was wearing white, one had gray parachute pants, the other had black parachute pants. And I have this picture of them like dirty dancing together. And I swear that the guy that my gay best friend was dancing with had some other dude's number written on his arm. And I was like, yeah, this is gay culture.
When you say they were dirty dancing, were they dancing dirtily, or was one of them in the lift?
No, they were full groping. I mean, okay. I was tempted to be like, here's the photo, but I don't want to.
They didn't run from opposite sides of the gym.
I'm glad you asked because I was like assuming the lift.
Like sex education dancing, like.
That's so good.
Great.
Lexi, do you want to introduce yourself to everyone and talk about a memorable school dance experience you had?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Lexi. I'm playing Melissa Williams. My pronouns are she, her. When I was in my freshman year of high school, we had the dances went homecoming, turnabout, which is what we called like our Sadie Hawkins dance, and then I don't know, there was something in the spring. And this guy had asked me to homecoming, quote, as a friend, and it became pretty clear that he did not mean it as a friend, that his mom really wanted us to date. And so I got guilted into asking this guy to turnabout, even though I knew I was not interested. And the theme to turnabout that year was masquerade. And as also a dramatic child, and somebody who watched the terrible 2004 Phantom of the Opera movie at a very formative time in my life, I was beyond pumped. And so I had some art kid offered to make me a like custom mask out of paper mache to go with my black dress. It was like this like black and white sort of like Harlequin thing with gold. It was amazing. And I also assumed that everybody else would show up to this dance in masks. Spoiler alert, they did not. But my mom was like very, very concerned about me losing my mask. She thought I'd be like putting it on, taking it off. So she made me write my name in it in Sharpie.
Oh no.
So I go to the bathroom and I take off my mask and I have my name backwards on my forehead. And so we go to take this pictures with this date I'm already not super enthused about. And the photographer is desperately trying to get me to take the mask off. The photographer is the Christine to my Phantom. As I'm over here like, you don't want to see what's under this. And the boy is hurt because he thinks that I'm like ashamed or something to have the fact that we went to this dance together documented. And so I had to leave the mask on all night, despite the fact that I was the only person there.
Oh my gosh. What a good story. I love, you got your chance to be the Phantom, which is what every teen girl wants.
What every girl wants.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the game that we're going to be playing tonight, as I mentioned, is called Basic. Oh, first of all, I should say, in chat, I did it, but let me do it again because there's been some other messages. In chat, if you want to find these people other places like Twitch or YouTube or Patreon or Twitter, the links to that are all in chat right now. The game that we're playing tonight is called Basic Witches. It's a one-page RPG. It's very simple. The players all have like a certain number of stats that they'll be rolling. For a second I was like, I don't have any dice. I don't need any dice. They have a certain number of stats they'll be rolling, and also all have their own abilities, their own magical witchy things that they're doing. The three of them are a coven. And when I mentioned this is a serialized one-shot, so what that basically means is things have happened in this world before that we've done streams of, but if you haven't seen those previous two streams, you'll be fine watching this one. It's like a self-contained story. So it's kind of like if you get like a mystery novel and it's one of a series, but you're like, well, I don't really need to have read the other ones. I'll be able to figure out what's going on. That's kind of the situation that we're going to be playing tonight. That being said, if you do want to watch the previous ones, they're all on YouTube. So you can search Roll for Felicity on YouTube, and you can see the two previous ones that we did because they were very, very fun. Other things that you can do, so there are some things that you can do tonight to help the stream. Some of them cost money, and most of them don't. So the first thing is if you want to tip, all the tips will go to the players tonight. And let me put this in chat. And you can use either bits or I do have a Ko-Fi that you can use. So if you want to affect the game tonight, for 200 bits, you can give one player +1 on a roll of their choice, which for this game is like pretty significant. For 500 bits, you can give all the players +1 on a roll. Or for 1,000 bits, there's a complication that I've prepared for the game that will only happen if someone tips 1,000 bits or $10. And it is pretty fun. So if that happens, that's great. Otherwise, I mean, we'll still have a full game, but it would be fun, you know. And all that money, like I said, will go to the players. Also, some things that you can do are I did add some new sound alerts. So if you're a subscriber, there's some free sound alerts. Sorry, I'm seeing the players are remembering that they need dice. If you guys need to go get dice while I talk, that's fine.
I just always have two, so I thought it was two.
I have all mine right here. I keep all my dice in one place.
I like to act like I'm always going to have advantage, is what it comes
Yeah. 2 is good because, yeah, I think you can get advantage. Okay, what was I saying?
Can I show something real quick before we start speaking of dice?
Mm-hmm.
So I will try to pull up the name of this company, but the dice I use for this game are specifically witch themes. They've got all these kitty paws in addition to being pink and purple, but the 6 on this is a little cat sitting on the moon.
So cute. That is so cute. Yeah, if you find the link to it, let me know, and I can put it in chat for other people to get it. The things that you can do that are completely free to help the stream tonight is I did add some new sound alerts, so you can use channel points for sound alerts that are like high school themed. So I added a couple, I think 2 new ones for channel points. And if you're a subscriber, if you look at the sound alerts extension, there are like 5 or 6 free for subscriber sound alerts that you can do that cost 0 bits. And some of those are also like high school themed for tonight. There's also stuff you can do with channel points, like you can have me do a different voice for a character, stuff like that. So those, if you click on the channel point things, you can see those. Also, if there's a moment during the stream that you would love to see on Twitter or TikTok or a clip of, you can put ! marker in chat, and that'll make a stream marker for me that I can go back to later and make a clip of that moment. So that's super helpful to me. And then the last thing that you can do to help is something you're already doing if you're hearing me say this. Thank you so much for hanging out in stream, or if you're seeing this on YouTube, thank you for watching the stream on YouTube, because that's like the biggest thing that you can do to help, and I really appreciate it. And being in chat and talking about what's going on is super, super fun. That's the stuff that I need to say before we actually start the game, which means that I can check off my last bullet point that says start the game. So, we begin our story this evening en route to Buckland High's junior-senior prom. None of the 3 of you were officially asked to prom or asked anyone, and so you have elected to attend together. I think, Lexi, I don't think you were here when we talked about this before stream, but the other 2 did have an idea of whose car you're all in to get to prom, because that's where we're going to start, the 3 of you on your ride. But yeah, whose car are you in?
I asked Soren, who's the senior in charge of the GSA. Well, I didn't ask so much as I said, oh, great, you have a car. You can come and get us at this time.
I think I asked my parents. My parents were like, there is no way we are letting you drive the car on prom. That's a recipe for a PSA.
Yeah.
Well, especially after we took the boat. Trusting with vehicles.
Yeah, that's true.
It worked out great. My dad was totally fine with that.
Grand Theft houseboats.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone in chat just watched me try to remember what command I put for the art link. The picture that's on stream right now is a picture of Soren Scott, who, as mentioned, is the president of the GSA, and he is a senior. And he has a boyfriend that he's taking to prom. So it's he and his boyfriend are in the front seat of his small car, and the 3 of you are kind of crammed into the back, having used your leverage to get a ride, since that may have been, otherwise pretty hard for you to all to do.
Can I have tried to use suggestion not to have to sit in the middle and failed miserably?
Yeah.
There's so much like tulle and skirts back there that like we kind of have to push it down to see.
It's like a Winnie the Pooh honey tree, like.
Yeah. Is there anything the 3 of you are talking about as you're on your way?
Ooh. I think I'm mostly just talking about like how much I hope somebody like at least asks me to dance, because I'm really salty that nobody asked me to prom, even though there's not a particular person I wanted to ask me to prom.
Melissa, they were probably just nervous to ask you.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, you are very intimidating.
No, you're just... Everybody wants to be Melissa. Everyone wants to be with Melissa. So who's going to be that person brave enough to ask Melissa Williams? That's what I mean.
That's what I said, basically.
Have I been going about this wrong the whole damn time?
No.
Too
much for somebody, they're not enough for you.
Yeah. Yes, that is correct.
Yes.
Marilyn Monroe and this quote is definitely real and definitely not falsely attributed to her, said that if you don't like me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best.
My best. Yes. Perfect.
Soren in the front seat says, well, Melissa, you could have asked somebody. he just shakes it. He and his boyfriend, I think, kind of exchange a look, and then he just drops it. The other thing I'll say, so the theme for prom is is vague. But it is historical is the theme for prom. Do you all want to describe what you're wearing now, or do you want to wait until you actually come into prom?
Oh, which should be an entrance moment for sure.
Okay.
I think when we come in,
cool.
That's what we describe.
So yeah, you're all on your way. So as with most events in high school, there are plenty of rumors swirling, as prom is tonight. Most prominent is the rumor that the reason for this year's vague historical theme is because the prom committee couldn't agree on a theme, and this was their way of compromising. So as you do arrive, you can see some evidence of this. The part of the gym where the refreshments are being served looks like a sock hop with black and white checkered temporary flooring, and a big, inflatable fake jukebox. And Penny Cooper, who I have art of,
so funny,
is dressed in, a white 50s style kind of prom dress. So it's got, the big skirt.
I mean, with a name like Penny Cooper.
Yeah. Yeah. She's a very Archie comics inspired character. So she's dressed in a white 50s style prom dress, and she's doling out punch and chatting with people. She's a senior and is on prom committee. Soren, who you came with, which I didn't mention this before, but he's dressed in a pink 80s suit with a ruffly shirt and a maroon bow tie. And as soon as they get there, he and his boyfriend hit the dance floor, because the song that is on while he's going up is Love Shack. So he immediately goes on the dance floor, and he and his boyfriend start dancing to Love Shack. The decorations around the room are really a mishmash of things. There's a couple of suits of armor standing by the prom entrance, which is a facade of a castle with an open archway. So kind of if you go to a Renaissance fair, that's kind of what the entrance looks like. The music is also a jarring mix of songs, as Love Shack ends and some kind of big band music begins to play. And you can each describe your entrances to prom and what you're wearing as you come in through this big, I think maybe this is up to you. But Cassandra, this set piece of the thing, since you worked on set stuff for the school plays, I think maybe the crew for the school plays made this. So if you want to have worked on it, then that makes sense.
I definitely think, and I kind of knew that it was going to show up here tonight.
Yeah.
So I asked my parents to help me with my dress. I wanted to dress like a princess. And I was thinking a very Disney princess, ruffly, poofy, kind of the dress that I'm wearing in real life. But my parents, much like my real life parents, are SCA nerds. And so they made a literal 14th century princess dress, which is sort of a long, shift. With an overdress that looks kind of like a sack. And I think probably some sort of elaborate head thing. And I've tried to make it look cool, and I don't look cool. It's the kind of thing that you think, oh, cool, I can wear this to the Renaissance fair and be sort of more and then you wear it and you're like, oh, this is embarrassing. I should have worn a bridesmaid's dress like everybody else here. That's the feel. So Cassandra's hair is sort of down and curled a little bit at the tips. And she looks very overwhelmed by this gown, even though it's very simple. It looks heavy. She looks weighed down.
Yeah.
And she does crinkle in a strange way as she moves in and looking around. It's like, well, I see they picked up everything out of the storage unit. I mean, I think this is the set from the last, like, 5 plays.
Yeah, you're recognizing a lot of stuff from the theater department.
Some of them more thread-worn than others.
Yeah, vaguely historical. Yeah, what about Bridget and Melissa? What are you two dressed like?
So, Melissa just binged both seasons of Bridgerton, and she does not understand that they are not an actual Jane Austen adaptation. And she went and read the Bridgerton books, and now she thinks she's very literary.
Oh no.
So she's got like a sort of like curled updo with a bunch of like rhinestones stuck in, because they had that in 1823. Like sort of like, I think it's sort of a Regency type thing on top, where it's like the poof sleeves and the little this neckline and sort of beading, and pretty quickly becomes like a tulle ball gown skirt, because once again that was definitely a thing. Yeah, I think that she's in, yeah, I guess sort of something like this color wise, like a pale lavender or a pale lilac. The whole thing just reeks of main character energy. And just like having too good of a time.
Yeah. What about Bridget?
One of these things is not like the Bridget is in our past one shots has not been very dressy, so this is a big moment I think for her, because she is dressed in head to toe black, from the high collar, long Victorian kind of dramatic sleeves. Like I've got a sweeping black dress all the way down, and her hair is pulled up in one of those like big rat nests that like Gothic, like Mrs. Hannity, even in like Annie had, like, that's just like really big in the back, full of a ton of teasing that her father probably helped with because he grew up in the 80s, and then a couple like hairs that fall off of the rat nest on the back of her head. So yeah, she's definitely looking very Gothic Victorian, and that's how she interpreted the vaguely historical theme.
Yeah. So yeah, you all make your entrance and come through, which is like honestly like a pretty good prom entrance to have this like kind of castle, even though like very little else in here is that kind of like medieval theme. It's all kind of like I said, a bunch of different stuff.
I feel very at home in this one space.
Yeah, you just kind
entrance.
of keep standing by the entrance.
Blocking everybody's path in your wall.
And it leans, and I'm like, nope,
Yeah.
nope, okay.
I should also mention, I was going to mention this at the top of stream and forgot, because I always forget something. So the game, like I said, the game we're playing is Basic Witches by Alicia Furness, and when I tweeted that I was playing this and that it was prom themed, they responded and they were like, oh my gosh, I'm writing a prom supplement for the game right now that's not published. And so I DM'd them and I was like, hey, could you, like, if you want to, I would love to see this prom supplement. So some of the stuff we're going to be using during the stream is from that not yet published prom supplement, including some of the, like, the prompt for, like, what the, like, theme for prom is, like, inspired by that. It's not exactly what the prompt is. And some of the stuff that's going to be happening tonight is inspired by that. So I'm really excited, because the prompts for Basic Witches are great. And the prom supplement is no exception. So whenever that comes out, people should go get it. But yeah, you come in and are, you know, kind of looking around. And Bridget, you are looking for someone. Do you want to talk at all about what your plans for prom are? Or at least part of your plan for prom tonight?
Yeah, so girls, this isn't a big deal, but you know, I was going to talk to somebody on our Discord, and were official, and I thought it'd be silly, so I invited him to come. My boyfriend's coming to prom.
Wait, have we heard about this boyfriend at all?
Yeah, I've told you all about him. He really.
I lean back and look over at Melissa, like, have I just not been listening, or like, is that true? It could be true.
Melissa's not.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The brightest bulb in the box, but she is the sweetest chocolate. So she is genuinely considering the fact that there's the possibility that Paige has told her many times about this boyfriend, and it just never stuck in Melissa's brain.
Yeah. I told you that we were like the most active people on the Discord. He knows he's like the person he knows more about vampires than anyone I've ever met in my entire life. We have so much in common. I've told you all about him.
Paige, this is up to you. I did come up with his username, unless you have something going. Okay.
Yes.
And I think this is maybe the only thing you know him as. And his username in Discord is just Vamp Hunter.
Vamp Hunter?
Vamp Hunter, yeah.
Yeah, I told you all Vamp Hunter. I call him Hunter. I'm guessing you're saying it's Hunter.
I definitely remember this.
Yeah, so Hunter's coming tonight.
Good, great.
Oh.
Do you need any help with that? Or
nah.
Have you met him in person before?
Nope.
What does he look like?
I'm picturing fangs. He did say he was going to be the guy wearing fangs, so fangs is probably a part of the attire.
Wearing?
I don't know what he looks like. It's not that important. These things are important, guys. We have a lot in common.
I'm so sorry, but how someone looked is like the most important thing.
I mean, I wasn't going to say it, but maybe not the most, but important if you're going to beat them in a place. Certainly.
I mean, what else would be important?
Well, he's.
You know what you look like?
No, no, it's kind of like the thing.
Okay, well, that's good. At least, at least he doesn't have a picture of you.
I see what you're getting at, and I'm into it. No, we were waiting till we met.
Good. Snitched, and I'm gonna go over to where the punch bowl is and like look around to see if anyone's paying attention, and I just start offloading condoms out of like that.
Yep.
I just have so many condoms from like the free condom bowl at Planned Parenthood, and I'm just like, and my boobs definitely decreased by like a size or two.
Yeah, you have to like tighten the whatever under corset or something that you have on afterwards.
And I'm like,
is it okay?
Napkins and stuff, so they're not all like immediately noticeable.
Is it okay as soon as she's dropping them, she's moving to the next location, I'm like picking up a few and like trying to fit them under my very tight high collar, like shimmying it. Yeah, just a couple.
Penny is over there by the punch, and she's just like, "Hey, Cassandra. Yeah, I guess that's fine. It doesn't really fit the theme over here, but
I mean, it should have, though, shouldn't it have? Imagine all of these times in history if they had actually had reliable, safe birth control. Am I right? Especially the 50s.
She's just like nodding, and then she like goes to hand you some punch. And it's like, I like your dress. It's very historical.
Vaguely.
Thanks. Yep, it is an exact replica from an illuminated manuscript. I smile pain, like just total pain.
I leaned over to Paige and I was like, didn't they not have lights back then?
No, they didn't.
I was illuminated.
Oh, right. We'll talk about that later, Melissa. Yeah.
Yeah, what about the so Bridget, you're on the lookout for someone with vampire fangs.
Yeah, he was gonna, that classic thing when you're meeting somebody and you don't know what each other look like. We've all been through that. He said, I'll be the guy wearing fangs, and I said, I'll be the girl with a necklace full of garlic. So I'm wearing my necklace full of garlic, and we're very in theme.
What are you gonna do if he keeps his mouth closed? You expect him to walk around like...
Yeah, we gotta go around and be like, all right, smile.
You see those suckers. Open wide.
As it stands right now, you're looking around, looking at people's mouths, and you are not seeing anyone with fangs, but it's early, it's the beginning, so maybe he's just not here yet.
Yeah, I'm like, to be fair, I'm sure she's a little nervous, but top priority is not meeting Hunter. It was more like, oh, we're boyfriend girlfriend. I might as well invite him to my prom. That's not top priority for Bridget.
What is top priority for Bridget?
That's a good question. Probably just spending time with her coven, with her ladies, especially because I think Bridget probably expected them both to have dates. So I think her top concern is because they don't have dates, that she's like, oh, high alert. Like, I need to make sure my girls have a good time. And then she's the one with the date, which is the opposite scenario for her. So she's like, like brain fried kind of moment. That's what I think is her top priority. Like, we're gonna have fun.
I was wondering because you do have an item of contraband. So I didn't know if you were alluding to that being your top priority. No, that's a good one. I forgot about the contraband. Yeah, one of the things in this expansion is like a little pick list or roll list of contraband that each witch might have, which Cassandra's is a bunch of types of contraception. So that's been revealed. Yeah, Melissa.
Right out of the key.
Yeah. Which was, I mean, like, when I saw it, that's one of the prompts, and I was like, it would make sense for Cassandra to have this given the last one shot, but you could pick something else. Then Kitty was just like, well, obviously I have the contraception.
And, like, I don't think Cassandra would be especially hidden about it.
Yeah.
And probably has, like, an extra bag's worth stored, so if they try to confiscate this, like, she has more.
Yeah. I like that if you're carrying two different clutches.
It's just in her dress. Like, there's just, like, like with the handkerchiefs, where you just keep pulling out.
Yeah.
It's just, like, giant
rings of condoms.
Don't make me do this.
Very good. Yeah, Melissa, is there what are you doing as you first come in?
I'm enjoying time with my coven, but I am waiting. But like anything that we're like sitting down, I'm just so like.
So funny.
Like, my goal is to make everybody who did not ask me out, including men, even though I'm not attracted to men, and including people who very much have established dates. So literally everybody in this room regret not having asked me out.
I don't think this is, well, actually, first of all, I do think roll popularity, for, this being the thing that you are wanting to do.
That's an 8.
Okay. So you definitely notice, like, there's some other, like, girls who are, like, kind of, like, angrily, like, getting their boyfriend's attention because there are high school boys who are just like, oh my gosh, Melissa. And then you also notice, I mean, you definitely notice a lot of people, but another person that you notice who's kind of like, I'm trying to think of how it would be that she's looking at you. So Sanaya Patel, who is the junior class president, is, and she's wearing kind of more like a classic prom dress. I think she's wearing one of the like shorter ones, so like maybe like knee length, not like super super short, but like knee length, like kind of simple, and like very nicely done like makeup. Like her makeup looks really great, and then she's wearing kind of a simple dress. She's got like kind of long dark hair that's very shiny. And actually I don't have her in her prom, but I do have a picture of her. She is not like, it's not like, here's what I'll say. She's looking respectfully. That's what I'll say. And looks a little bit sad also.
Could I, like, I think I want to, somewhat subtly, like, pull up her social media to see if I know why she might be sad, but I am going through my social media. It's very much like,
I don't think this is necessarily a role, because you're friends with her. It's not like a lot of snooping, so you're kind of just like looking through her social media. You can't see a reason why she should be. Like, her posts, she's got a lot of posts about like stuff coming up at school. She's like really busy and like really involved in the school because she is the junior class president. She's on the like prom planning committee, even though she's not a senior, but she's, you know, junior, senior prom. And I mean, you do notice that she doesn't have a date. She doesn't talk about a date. She's not with anyone tonight. All of her posts are very like, you know, peppy. It's not like she's like complaining on social media that she doesn't have a date, but you notice that like she's got a picture of her and she like came with some friends. But yeah, not with someone specifically.
Bridget, what is Melissa doing? If she lounges any more casually, she's gonna fall off the chair.
I mean, she knows her lighting though, and she knows her angles. You have to respect it.
Yeah. I'm just, you know, she's really seems to care a lot about that dress, and I do not think that this gym floor has been cleaned in quite some time.
Yeah. Yeah, now that I'm looking at the full picture, Melissa against the backdrop of like a very jarring combination of scenes.
The folded bleachers.
So funny.
There's like a Western area for some reason. There's
the ever-expanding themes is literally the funniest thing ever.
If any of you want to add a theme at any point, also feel free if you want to make up something else that you see. But yeah, Cassandra, you recognize part of the Western area because there's like a cow, and you're like, that's Milky White from when we get into the woods.
Yeah, this is a mess. Maybe I have to get on the prom committee for next year because I can at least make this cohesive in some way. This is just
I've always said a prom committee needs to have a dictator because otherwise nothing gets decided on.
Yep.
You need someone to crack the whip and just say, this is what it's going to be, y'all. Let's make it happen.
I should have brought a whip. I should have worn a costume that would have needed a whip.
I've got a whip.
Of course you do. That's very Victorian.
Yeah, it's in theme, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yes.
Cassandra, can I ask you, has Melissa ever like told you of like anyone in particular here at Buckland High that she likes? Everyone likes Melissa, but who does Melissa like?
I don't know. I'm not really sure that she's got attention for anybody in that way, you know, like she's just seems like she wants to have the attention more than extending it outwards, you know, like which is fine. That's cool. But you know, I've never heard her mention anybody. Have you?
No, I don't know. It seems weirdly sentimental for me, but I just want her to have someone.
I mean, you know, I think that the whole idea of coupledom is overdone, really. Like, you know, maybe I've just been burned by my taste the last couple times, but those warlock boys, that was enough. I was like, nah, I'm over it. I'll wait until college or something.
We just got a $10 tip from Kelly. So I'm going to introduce.
Oh no!
I'm going to introduce another person who's here. I'm so excited. I was like, should I do this? Because I really, once I made the extra thing, I was like, I kind of just want to do this. So thank you, Kelly.
Thank you, Kelly.
There's another person who's here. Who's gonna be on stream, who is someone's dad, who's a chaperone. So as you two are talking, and you're kind of like, Bridget and Cassandra, you're kind of leaning in, talking to each other, this very anxious looking, man, you can see on stream, kind of like, he's dressed in a sailor outfit. And he kind of like gets up like right to you and says, okay, girls, I know it's an exciting night, but you need to leave a little space between you, okay? You gotta leave a little bit of space. We don't want to.
Who? Me and Cassandra?
Yeah.
Me and the punch?
No, although I do need to. He pulls out like a little thing and like dips it. It's like a little test strip and like dips it in the punch.
Oh no.
He says, "Well, I just don't want, I don't want anything to be happening to the punch. But yeah, I mean, just because you're girls doesn't mean that you can be super close to each other. I'm open-minded."
Hold on. Who would dilute their well-won alcohol with this crappy high C? What are you? Anyway.
He says, listen, it's something that I specifically have been. I specifically have to look out for.
Whose dad are you?
Yeah, whose dad are you?
Who do you belong to?
I was thinking the same thing.
He kind of like frowns and he's like, oh my.
I scan the crowd.
Whatever the opposite of "go find your parents" is.
Go find your
when a lost child comes up to you in Target.
He's my daughter Molly's around here somewhere. Molly is I don't know if I mentioned her last stream. I don't know if she made an appearance. She's a sophomore, so she's here with a junior. Like she has someone as a date. But she works for like the school paper. But yeah, so he's like, oh yeah, Molly's here somewhere. And he's like, yeah, she's here with a junior. And I thought, well, now's my time. They were trying to get volunteers for chaperones. And I was like, well, if Molly's going to be at prom, I want to be at prom, looking out for her and looking out for all of you. Make sure that no one makes any bad decisions tonight.
Yeah, we would hate for someone to make, like the wrong outfit choice or... What theme are you? What vaguely historical theme are you?
Maritime.
I can exist in a finite period of time.
Okay. Sure.
All right, Captain. We've got eyes on the devious behaviors that happen between lustful teenagers. We're here to help you.
Yep, that's what we do.
He kind of narrows his eyes a little bit and says, well, just, you have to leave a little bit of space between you, because leaning in, that can lead to all manner of things. You lean in to talk to each other.
Like kissing.
I make sure that there's...
I'm running Facebook according to my mom.
I need space for at least 3 devils at any given time.
And I just need space for this dress to exist.
Yeah, literally no one can be close to.
Yeah, if you were to try to hug me, you would just like fall flat.
Yeah. He's like, I do want to say, I approve of your dress, young lady. And then he leaves. Everybody make me a vigor roll.
What a strange man.
Oh, I rolled a 6 plus 3. That's a 9.
Nice.
5 plus 1 is 6.
Nice.
Even Melissa knows that math.
3.
Would you say you got a 3 or 2 plus 3?
I got a 1 plus 2. Is 3. There might have been something in the punch.
Cassandra, as he's walking away, you almost feel like you get really tired. You feel like kind of lightheaded after talking to this guy.
Oh,
I
Cassandra, are you okay?
Dump her punch out. I dump all of our punches out.
Just
Like, do you want me to
back in the bowl or just on the ground?
If there is a like Old West potted plant,
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna feel like that scene from Emperor's New Groove where I'm like,
yeah, you pour the punch out into like a plant. Into a cactus, a fake cactus.
Hey, Cassandra, do you want me to loosen up your corset a bit? You look like a little pale.
No, I think I just need to take off this entire overdress. They didn't really have corsets. It's just dresses on dresses.
Layers. Okay.
What does the underdress look like?
It's just like, honestly, it's like a plain, like, sleeve, like fitted sleeve nightgown. Like, there is no embellishment whatsoever. It is a plain cotton shift.
how see-through is it? Like, are you doing full historical accuracy with no bra underneath?
Yeah, no underwear of any kind.
Oh no.
This guy's gonna love it.
It's probably, I mean, I was going for princess. It's probably like a dark blue. I think that was a dye color that they could make.
No, you could make like every major color just from the natural plants in England.
Yeah. So it's it's a jewel tone. So
Okay.
it's not super see-through.
Yeah. So you take off. I'm assuming you were saying you actually take it off, not just that you say that you were going.
Oh yeah, no, I take it off.
Yeah.
The overdress. I mean, again, sorry, my parents really are SCA people. This did happen to me though at Halloween. And the overdress is like this really thick sort of tapestry type fabric.
Yeah.
So it's actually pretty heavy and pretty hot.
Yeah, you take the overdress off, you still just feel like tired.
I'm exhausted already, and we just got here.
It is 9 p.m.
We put on makeup for 4 hours, guys.
I am ready to go to sleep.
I am ready for you to get your shit together.
No, we are going on the dance floor right now. You are not
The dance.
throwing in.
Whoa. Okay, look. Like, I'm going from I'm ready to take a nap to like, no, not only are you not going to take a nap, but now you have to go and perform in front of a huge group of people. Absolutely not.
But dancing amongst a huge group of people is not performing.
Yes, it is. Of course it is. You wouldn't understand. You're one of the stage people. You like to be on the stage. I make the stage.
Okay, let's do a healthy compromise because we're all here to have a fun night. Best night ever, right? Best night ever. We all
Except for
promise.
Cassie, apparently.
Let's all just find our table. Let's sit down. Let's get some water in us. Choose our entree, that sort of thing, and then we'll see how we're feeling then.
Okay.
Fun night. All hands in. We're having a fun night. Promise. No failures.
No failures.
No failures. Table. What table are
Cassie
we?
looked me in the eye. No failures.
No failures.
No failures.
Okay. Let's go. I don't remember what table we're at.
Yeah, you make your way over to whatever table it is that you're at. I will say one person that you notice on the dance floor is the principal, Principal Gordon. There's some like it's gotta be like the electric slide or something starts playing, and she's out dancing the electric slide, and you're going to your tables with food.
I would like to bleach my eyeballs.
Yeah. Is there a spell for that?
I mean, that's not mine. I guess I could suggest. No, that's too dark. That's too dark.
That's like a really bad idea.
That's a really bad idea.
Yeah,
Probably can make a potion that bleaches something.
Can you
I don't.
make a potion that will give me some energy back? Because I am.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Of course I can. It will have garlic in it though.
That's fine. I don't really care about that.
Yeah, go ahead and roll craft, Bridget.
Okay.
And you can add, if you have your, well, you get to add +1 anyway because it's potions. And then if you have your tarot cards, and want to use those, you can add those as well. Oh, yeah.
Let's go. I'm a prop queen tonight. I've got my garlic.
Yeah.
Okay. So I get to add +2 then?
Yeah, you get to add +2.
Ooh, okay. It was a 3 + 2, so 5.
5 is, I have to remind myself it's a full 6. Yeah, 5 through 6 is a full success. So yeah, you make, oh, we lost Lexi.
Uh-oh. We lost Lexi.
Let me see.
Oh, look at me. I get to take a
Yeah,
whole
you
overlay now. I'm all Hollywood Squares, baby. Let's go.
I was gonna see if she pops right back in. I'm gonna go to break real quick while we wait for her to come back.
Hi, everybody.
Oops, I did the wrong one. We're back. We're back with all of us. Okay, cool. I was like, I didn't actually check to make sure everyone's in the right spot in the overlay, but everyone is. Paige, thank you for the gift sub. It's too kind of you. So where we left off, you had just made a garlic
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Is there also like energy drink in this? Like what's in this?
Yeah, it's a garlic and ginseng kind of like power shot is how I like. Do you know like people do like the ginger health shots?
It's like a 5-hour energy, but not melted gummy bears.
Yeah, garlic and ginseng, and then a little bit of magic snuck in.
Yeah. Cassandra, you take the shot. You feel amazing. Like you don't feel a little tired at all. In fact, maybe better than you felt before.
Cassandra, maybe that weird sailor guy is a vampire.
He might be an energy vampire for sure. Like, I think we should go confront him right now because I am truth.
Not on our night. It's prom night. This is our night.
Right, not focusing on creepy old men. Yes.
You see him talking to his daughter, which I'll just show what his daughter looks like, even though she's not really in this. But that's Molly. He's talking to her. She's obviously like, dressed in a prom thing. But he's talking to her and she just is like nodding. Her date is like looking for an out of this conversation. Yeah.
Can I be like glaring daggers in her dad's direction, but Molly looks over and thinks I'm looking at her?
Yeah, she just looks like confused and then like looks at her date and like kind of like elbows him. He looks over at you, glaring. He kind of is like looks away. Yeah, so you're all kind of doing your prom thing. And as you're sitting and talking and kind of like, scoping people out, doing what you've been doing, you notice like kind of a weird movement on the dance floor. Like the streamers are kind of moving in a weird way. Like there's some like paper mache streamers.
Oh, so not like a weird dancer.
No, like it looks like, I think what it basically is, it's like there's not a lot of like, there's not like a breeze in here, right? Because you're inside. Like, so they're moving a little bit from like the dancing and stuff like that. But there's like kind of a thing that almost looks like someone's walking through them, but there's no one there. That they're kind of moving in this odd way.
Taylor. We know what my contraband is.
Yeah.
I'm going to boogie onto the dance floor, and I want to see if I can spill glitter onto, and see if like it's gonna reveal like an invisible person or something.
Ooh, that's so good. Yeah, I do think this is a roll.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide
If it's, okay, So if I use my spell casting tools, I can only use those when I'm casting a spell, right? Because I was imagining this is like body makeup glitter.
I think it's when you're actually. Let me check. Oh, also, I think I said the wrong thing earlier because I think you can either add your casting tool or your special power. You don't normally add both, which is the same mistake I made the first time I ran the game. I think you can. I'll give you a +1 for using the glitter.
Okay.
And I'm trying to decide what role this would be. I don't think it's. I feel like it's maybe. It's definitely not popularity.
Yeah, no, as much as I wanted to.
Yeah. I don't think it's knowledge either, though, and that's like your lesser stat. I think maybe it's craft. Because vigor is like life force, so it's not really like dexterity necessarily. It's more like constitution. So I think this is probably craft.
That is a 6 on the die.
Nice.
With +1, 7.
Perfect. So yeah, you like boogie over to the dance floor. You open up this body glitter and you like put like. Do you say anything to the other two before you do this, or you just get up and do this?
I think I maybe like take them both by the hand. And what I want to start trying to do is I want to like throw the glitter in the air to be like, I'm here. And like see if I can get it to land on an invisible person or entity or something.
Yeah. So
I'm not just like.
Cassandra definitely sneezes.
So Cassandra, you sneeze, and yeah, this like glitter goes up into the air, and some of it.
You guys are gonna be finding glitter in your assholes for the next 3 weeks.
The whole school. So definitely the dad chaperone when you do this is like, no, as you throw glitter because it's gonna be starting to clean up. But it does land on and like start to form the outline of a person.
I'm hyped up. I'm gonna just punch this person.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I think
no.
I think that
I'm just like I am way over energized and caffeinated.
Yeah.
And I sneezed and all of a sudden there's a shape here where a shape should be. I'm gonna hit it.
Yeah, I think that is vigor. So go ahead and roll that.
Boyfriend.
Well, then, I shouldn't have been sneaking around all business life. Okay, so that's a 4.
Okay, so you can, on a 3 to 4, you can fail or ask to succeed at a cost.
Well, it's 4 plus 2.
Oh, 4 plus 2, sorry. So that's a 6. So yeah, then you just succeed. You go to punch this thing. The first thing you notice is when you get to where, like, the outline of the thing is, you feel your hand, there's the glitter outline, but other than that, you don't see anything, So you gotta punch the outline of this thing that's appeared here, and your hand, kind of where it should be an impact of the punch, like, almost feels like cold, like, gel that you're punching. Like, your hand goes into this thing.
You see my face?
Slime.
Yes, like slime. And
ghost
then,
boyfriend.
And then, disappears. The glitter falls to the ground.
I look at my hand. That felt like cold lube. That was very unpleasant. What was that?
You have lube on you too? This is getting Cassandra.
Look, this lube is warm.
Okay.
To my body. But no, that was weird. There wasn't a person. It was like just like a jello, like cold jello.
So like a ghost.
I don't know. I don't go around touching ghosts. Do you? Is that what ghosts feel like?
I mean, no, but we're witches, so I don't think it's that far of a stretch.
I mean, I guess. Why would there be a ghost? Like, why would there be a school ghost?
As you're talking about this on the dance floor,
Why?
Yeah, I think everyone's dancing around you. You notice Principal Gordon, as you're saying like a ghost, she kind of like stops dancing and looks around and then very, like, power walks out of the gym. Like, out of where the dance is, like, out of the room.
Okay, that is suspicious, right? Like, we already know that she's got an office full of, like, crystals, and she's, like, clearly also magic or something. Is this her ghost?
I mean, my yoga teacher has an office full of crystals, but I think that's different.
Girls, chill out. You're like over analyzing I know we are bitches.
That's
but, like,
the first time I have been
prom
accused
night.
of analyzing anything.
That's fair.
Why can't we just like try to, chill out? Prom night, like maybe it's just a thing. Like we don't have to like make it a witch thing.
It's so much more fun if it is.
Bridget, you're, talking and gesturing, and someone, a boy who's kind of dressed like a greaser, like kind of in a greaser outfit.
Ah, damn it. Damn.
He kind of taps you on the arm a little bit nervously.
Yes.
Let me show.
Off.
Is that what you say?
I think Bridget would say that. Paige, I would not say that.
Yeah.
I think Bridget would say something like that.
He like looks embarrassed. He's like, "Oh, okay."
How dare you come up to my friend and you're touching my friend and not me, and you need to go away. You can't just be my friend.
He's like, "Okay, sorry."
Wait, go with your teeth.
Yeah, wait a second. Show your teeth.
He like looks really confused, and like smiles, but doesn't have vampire teeth.
You're no Vlad the Impaler. Get lost.
Be gone.
He kind of sadly walks away.
I feel slightly bad. I think he just wanted to dance with you, Bridget.
I am taken.
That's true. You have a boyfriend. Are you sure your boyfriend's not a ghost? Can ghosts use Discord?
If he were okay, guys, this is just because you haven't met him doesn't mean he doesn't exist. Okay, he exists. He is real.
From Canada. He's from Canada, right?
Yeah. Actually, I don't even know where he's from. I don't even know how far he had to travel to get here tonight. Maybe that's why he's late. But no, he exists, and he is not a ghost. Though if he were a ghost, I would still be into it, honestly. So
maybe you should have fondled this ghost.
Yeah, maybe next time. Point him out next time.
Okay. I'll try not to just hit him.
What just ghost
or
body
them.
do you think you accidentally touched?
That's a great question. That's a great question, Melissa. Cassandra, what part of the ghost body did you touch?
I have no idea because I couldn't see them. So.
And I swear,
like,
if you touch my
like
man,
here, like
I smacked him on the butt.
A gooey butt.
yeah.
oh, just like did it once.
My new brand. Paige, what are you looking for in a man? Well, cold like lube, gooey butt.
Cold,
not excessive.
cold like lube.
Bridget.
Yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah.
If your vampire guy comes, you can put my flare on him, and they'll
Okay. Well, I mean, we've kind of talked about this, like how Twilight has oversaturated our vampire Discord, and it's like really frustrating because everybody wants to talk about Twilight, and though it had a significant impact on the culture that is vampirism, it isn't my thing. But I mean, I get it. It could be a thing, just not my thing. I'm more into like I drink blood, that kind of thing.
Which, I mean, honestly means Nosferatu style thing.
Yeah,
Nobody likes that. Nobody likes the whole buck-toothed fang thing, but it makes...
No, give me someone pale and lanky and a little off-putting. That's
Wait,
what I'm looking
Peter
for.
Lorre?
Does your boyfriend have buck-toothed fang?
Your reference?
Hey, guys, I don't know how to stress this. I do not know what he looks like.
I really hope he has bucktooth fangs. I'm praying.
Okay.
No, I'm just hoping it's the guy from the Maltese Falcon.
What else? What else does one do at prom?
Or should I?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. We can only dance for so long. I just realized that's kind of all you do at a prom.
I mean, look, I'm here. I mean, yeah, it'd be cool to dance with somebody, I guess, but like, I already did the thing I came here to do. I threw condoms everywhere, and now I'm free. If you guys want to stay here, I can go check out the principal's office.
Does it look like anyone else followed after Principal Gordon, or is it just Principal Gordon on her power walk out the room?
Just her on her power walk.
Okay. I've been kind of holding on to this because I had to keep it low. But I may have snagged Principal Gordon's key to her office.
Oh.
Maybe she keeps like a little secret flask of something in the desk for a tough day.
That's interesting. Wait, is it a spare key, or can she not get into her office now?
I didn't think about that.
Maybe she locked her keys in the office and you broke in through the window and took them.
I think it's a spare key.
Maybe on like a janitor's ring or something.
Yeah.
I
think it's a spare key.
No, I'm sure. I mean, she might be in there currently at this moment, but we could snoop it out, see if she walks out and follow it after her.
Okay.
I just want to say, Taylor, I think that this entire time I have been sort of keeping an eye on Sonoya, but I'm waiting for her to come to me. I'm not going to her. I don't do that.
Okay, here's what is happening. You're doing that, you get the vibe she's doing the same thing.
I whisper to Bridget, this happens all the time. Like, this is two femmes. They just nothing.
Like,
they won't.
You definitely notice that she's like kind of like going to like where the light is good and kind of doing this and like brushing her, like she has this long shiny hair that's down that she's just kind of like tossing and like performatively like laughing with her friends, like really like, you know.
She's such a poser.
God, I'm so glad I'm asexual.
I mean, she looks really cute though.
She looks really yeah, aesthetically awesome, but like.
But cuter than me?
No.
There you go.
Like, look, one of you has to do something. One of you has to do something. I'm going after the principal.
Yeah,
I want to investigate this principal stuff.
As Melissa and Bridget are tailing
out loud at both of them though before leaving.
as we're tailing after Cassandra, I'll lean into Melissa and I'll go, did I ever tell you about how I went over Vampire Hunter?
No.
I just told him he was like my immortal. Like I made the move, you know? And after we talked about it, because that's all we do is talk, you know, he said we were both just sitting there waiting to see who was gonna break it. And I was just sick of waiting. And I don't regret it.
That's so desperate.
This is desperate. What you are doing right here. This is desperate. I'm desperate for you. I'm desperate on your behalf.
So
Cassandra's
funny.
in the lead, like not looking back, just like yelling this.
Yeah. Not even turning your head, just like echoing off the walls and blasting back to us.
Yeah, you get over to the principal's office. And, yeah, the door is shut, but I think you can see that there's, like, a light on in there.
Mm. She might be in there.
I mean, probably, yeah. Are there windows? Are there outside windows?
Yes, but I feel like usually with prom, they don't really let you leave and come back. So
Yeah,
like,
'cause- yeah.
so like there are outdoor windows, but you would have to like leave the building and then come back in, which would be not impossible, but an obstacle.
I know I'm not the most outgoing one of us, naturally, but I have an idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna go knock on Principal Gordon's door.
What are you? Because I'm trying to decide whether this is a role.
Okay,
What?
I have the idea,
Okay.
so okay, I'm gonna knock on the door and go, hey, Principal Gordon, it's Bridget Bishop here. I think I saw somebody pouring like a flask of something in the punch, and I told that sailor guy, and he just ignored me. Can you like figure out what's going on? It's like ridiculous, and like I smelled it, and it smells really gross now.
I think this is
Smells
probably...
like hand sanitizer in there.
Oh my god. I think this is probably popularity to influence the principal. I don't...
If I say the bit about, yeah, it smells like hand sanitizer, I don't know if there's like a advantage or something or a help out I could give her.
I have a zero popularity. Fucking go. I want this to fail.
Yeah, go ahead, just roll.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Holy, wait. Oh no, it's a 5. It's just reversed on my camera. I promise. It looks like a 2. It looks like it's a 5. I promise.
I trust you anyway. You said I want this to fail.
I did.
Yeah. The door swings open and she's like, what is Colin here for if it's not to take care of things? Yes. What, Bridget?
The punch bowl. It's like overflowing. I think with like whiskey or something.
Oh my god. Okay. I really don't have. Okay. She
Smells like my dad after a long day.
she closes the door behind her, locks it, and like takes off back towards the gym.
Okay. And I'll like continue add just very poorly founded details that she's running off. Like, yeah, I think I don't. Is Jack Daniels a thing?
Yeah, you presumably are just waiting for her to leave so you can use your own key to get into her office. Yeah. I'm assuming. Yeah, so you don't have to roll anything. What were you gonna say?
Before we do, can I don't know if this is any kind of role, but I'm just looking for like a security camera or that sort of thing.
I don't think it's a role. I think you know that there are like cameras around.
They're just I'm not like just like a normal school security camera.
Yeah.
Not like.
Yeah, not anything additional to that. Like it's the normal school security camera.
Okay.
Are we doing this?
Oh well.
And I angle myself so that my back is to the camera.
Yeah. And are pointing up at it.
Yeah. I'm like, what do we want to do about the camera?
Okay, this is kind of a crazy idea, but like, do any of us have like a way to loop the camera?
Give me a knowledge check.
Could I maybe make, you know how there are those TikToks that loop?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they'll be like, and that's why how did
Yeah. Cassandra, still give me a knowledge check.
I got a 6 on the die.
Okay.
Plus 3.
So you know that with these cameras, they don't really check them unless something is like known to have happened. So it's not like there's someone sitting there like watching this camera, but like if it was like, oh, there was some sort of like thing that happened, then they would go back and look at it. And like the footage is only there for so long. So like presumably you could like, you know, try to get in and out without like disturbing too much, and then they probably won't even check the footage. But you could also like try to make a video or something. But the thing is with doing like a looping video just on your phone is if you hold it, like the camera will get the footage of you going up to the camera and like putting your phone up or whatever. So like you could do that, but like, you know, it might get caught. But nobody's actively like watching this camera right now.
So
Bridget's already opened the door.
So there's like on the camera, Bridget.
Because my back's to it.
Bridget, you open the door, and see the principal's office, and the thing that you see when you open it is a cauldron on her desk that is bubbling with something. There's crystals in like a circle around it. The crystals in the room that are around are like slightly glowing. There's like kind of a like in the air.
It's like my salt lamp.
What? Girls, I think Professor Gordon's a witch.
Yeah, we figured that out like weeks ago.
Oh. Well, okay. I look in the cauldron. Can I recognize any ingredients potentially of a potential potion?
Yeah, I think this is probably either craft or knowledge.
Can I do craft?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll say it has to do with potions, so you can add +1 to it.
It'll be a 3 + 2 + 1, so 6.
Nice. You do recognize some of the stuff in here. The crystals, I'll say you don't really know anything about. I feel like that would be more of like a knowledge roll since it's not like your craft. But some of the ingredients in here you recognize as like protective kind of stuff. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that would be in there. And based on some of the ingredients, you don't think this is a potion that someone is supposed to drink. This is like a sprinkle this somewhere kind of potion.
Wow.
Like perfume.
Yes. Though I think if you applied this to your body, you might develop a rash. So, I can't believe it, but I think Principal Gordon's actually trying to help the school.
Taylor.
Yeah.
I imagine in like my clutch, I probably got like my lipstick, that sort of thing. Can I have a roller ball of my perfume that I can like dump out and fill with?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no roll needed or anything. Yeah, you have that.
Goodbye, Clingy Cappy. Hello, whatever this is.
You're doing this, and as you're all kind of in here, I think you hear footsteps coming down the hallway, and I also think that's where we're gonna take our break.
Oh, what a cliffhanger.
Yay!
So we'll be back in about 15 minutes with the second half of our Basic Witches stream for prom night. And while we're on the break stream, we were there a little bit earlier when Lexi's internet stopped working. But while you're on the break screen, you will see more information about the players tonight and their little bios and everything. So we'll see you in 15 minutes. Bye!
Woo, bye!
Felicitations, adventures! We are back with the second half of our stream of Basic Witches by Alicia Furness. And we are using a prom supplement that they wrote but haven't published yet, which I'm super excited for. If you want to get this game to play for yourself, the link is in chat, and I highly suggest that you pick it up. And also coming back from break, before we get into like the recap and reintroducing everybody, I do want to say a couple of things because I can't always acknowledge like follows and stuff like that while we're, role playing. So Paige, thank you for the gifted sub, which is, I have the pleasure of being able to say it while you're here. And, I can actually say it to you. And Plimth, thank you for the follow. And then also I think, it's not on my activity feed, but I think Sarah put channel points towards Smasher Pass for the extra monsters, which is Volas and Mordenkainen's. My last stream, Paige and Melanie and Mila all were like, we're using our channel points to make this happen, but I did Smasher Pass with the monster manual, which was way so late to the trend, but it was very fun. And I was like, okay, I'll do another one, and it'll be like the other monster books. Anyway. So thanks for those things, and also all the nice comments that everyone's been saying. It's great. I see them, most of them I see, kind of out of the corner of my, oh, Kelly! Thank you also for contributing. Also with channel points, if anybody has them left, you can use them to play sound effects during the stream. And if you're a subscriber, you can use the sound effects, the sound alerts plugin to play some alerts for free. There's some different high school themed ones right now, so you can play those at any time. And Paige, thank you for contributing to.
I've been hoarding my loyalty points for too long.
Yeah. So with all of that kind of stream business out of the way, I'll let you all reintroduce yourselves for anyone who missed the first part of the stream. And this time we're going to start with Lexi. You want to introduce yourself and also let people know where else they can find you?
Hello. Yeah, my name is Lexi. My pronouns are she, her. I'm playing Melissa Williams tonight. Something I would like to promote, I have zero involvement for this other than I was watching it right before we started playing, and I was like, I should mention that. There's a really good little short film on Disney Plus called Growing Fangs. It's about a teenage half vampire who is like a queer woman in high school trying to date a full vampire in high school. It's like a 20-minute short film.
Oh, that's cute.
And it's also about like her identity as like Mexican American, Latina. It's really, really fun. Very cute. Highly recommend. It's on Disney Plus.
Nice. Kitty, do you want to reintroduce yourself and let people know where else to find you?
Sure. I'm Kitty Stryker. I use she, her pronouns. Lexi, I totally thought you said bear, a full bear.
I did too for a second.
Being a full bear. And I was like, interesting.
I would watch that.
Love is love. I play on this stream every once in a while. I play Cassandra Smith, I believe is her last name. She really only
that's right, yeah.
called Cassandra as one name. And she is a divination witch who is very bad at divination. You can find me on Twitter and Facebook and whatnot as Kitty Stryker. Pretty easy to find.
Yeah, and I have some of those links in the chat along with Lexi's Twitter. Paige, what about you?
Hi, my
name. Where people can find you. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Hi, my name is Paige. I go by she, her pronouns. I am also a Twitch streamer. I want to shout out Vote for Felicity's community thing. Smash and Pass on the Monster Manual is amazing. If you have any loyalty points, donate them right now. It's so fun. That is my shout out. Also, happy Pride.
Yeah. Yeah, the last stream was really fun. I was supposed to be playing a completely different game. Like, I was playing a single player tabletop game, and then everyone used their points and hit it, and I was like, well, should I just do it now? Because everyone who used their points is like here, and everyone was like, yeah, just switch over. So yeah, then it was just me going, like, had the monster manual up on screen, scrolling through it, and getting berated by people for some of my choices.
I was on board with everything.
Yeah.
I in particular really like that you included a counter on screen so we could see how many you smashed and how many you passed. That was my highlight because I was realizing my ratio would have been like flipped.
Yeah,
so I was like, oh, this is very eye-opening.
It was like 100 and something passes and then like 50 something smashes, I think. So yeah, it was more passes than smashes. So back on what we're doing. Speaking of smashing and passing, it's prom! The biggest night possible for smashing or passing. The witches so far, they've arrived at prom. They've been kind of, seeing their options. Bridget has her boyfriend that she only knows from online is supposed to be here. He's supposed to be wearing fangs. She hasn't seen him yet.
He totally exists.
He totally exists.
And is not a ghost.
Yeah, and is not a ghost. Melissa did not get proposed to, and so is now just trying to make everyone regret that they didn't propose to her. Also absolutely refusing to talk to someone who seems interested in her. Because she wants them to come to her. And then Cassandra and Bridget actually both used well, I guess Cassandra didn't actually use magic. I was gonna say use magic, but I think you just used knowledge. But both of you went and
magic of the mind.
Yeah. we're able to get into the principal's office, and because you saw a ghost. I should say that. Saw a ghost on the dance floor.
Casually.
Yeah, saw a ghost. And went to investigate when the principal ran off afterwards, having heard the girls mention a ghost. Got into the principal's office and saw something that you suspected might be the case. Some evidence of some witch-related activity. Melissa got some of this potion in this cauldron and scooped it up. And as you were all kind of figuring out your next move, you heard footsteps coming down the hallway towards the principal's office, where you are, despite having a key, not supposed to be. Is there anything that you're doing when you hear footsteps?
Shit.
There's no way we're hiding. Can we pull this off?
I
mean, I've got my suggestion.
I kind of just want to pull a fire alarm.
No.
That would ruin prom. No, we promise.
You'll get
we're not
like
ruining tonight. We promise.
Didn't you all agreed no mistakes, right? Was that the...
Yeah.
Is that what you all said?
No, I think I said no failure.
Oh, no,
failures.
I was like, oh, don't say that, babe. That's a bad choice of words.
No failures.
Can we get out the window?
You probably could get out the window. You'd have a hard time getting back into prom.
Yeah. Is there a closet in this office? Or a clothes
Or like a
rack?
little mini side bathroom we can all try to squeeze in our tool?
Ooh, I think there probably is a closet. What would this be? There's not really a role that fits this, but I do think this should be a role.
Maybe it's like bigger to try, like if like the door is jammed, to try to get it open.
Yeah, let's say vigor. Also, maybe like getting there like fast enough, kind of like that kind of thing, like quickly being able to get there. Yeah, one of you can roll vigor, and I'll say it's with disadvantage because one person will roll for all three of you, or you can all three roll individually, but that might leave it. You can either decide you're all in, or
I like the idea of all of us rolling individually. Personally,
yeah,
it is fun. Yeah. I also only have a +1 to vigor, so I'm like, who wants to...
Yeah, my vigor's trash. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Okay, so
this is the perfect place to fail.
Yeah,
big money, no whammies, no failures.
All of you go ahead and roll your vigor.
Sorry. I rolled a 1, which is exactly what I wanted.
There is zero way I can use makeup to help with this.
I don't think you can use makeup to help with this.
With my vigor of 3, that's a total of 4 for me.
Okay.
So
I also have a total of 4.
Okay.
I got a 7.
Okay, so Cassandra, here's what
you're in that wool, you can actually run.
Yeah, you're in a slip.
You're in black peasant shoes.
Here's what I think happens. Cassandra runs over and gets into the closet. And well, actually, on a 4, you can choose whether you want to succeed or fail. Okay, so Bridget wants to fail. Do you want to succeed with a cost?
I want to succeed because I'm a normal person.
Okay, so do you want to succeed with a cost, Lexi?
Ooh. Sure.
Okay, here's what I think happens. You two, Cassandra and Melissa, know that there's a closet in here, see a closet, whatever, and like dive in really quickly, but Melissa, part of your dress gets like caught on the door, like something on like the handle or a piece of wood, and so that is what causes Bridget to not be able to make it in, because it slams the door shut and is also kind of wedged, so like a little bit of your dress is stuck. And it does, like, rip your dress a little bit, like the place where it's, like, wedged into.
You better cover my ass.
In my panic, I'm going to start posing the way I saw Melissa doing it earlier.
The person who comes around the corner is, this boy who came up and asked you to dance earlier. Kind of is standing in the doorway and like sees just you, and he's like, hey Bridget, And you can see he's kind of got something in his mouth.
I was gonna go use the bathroom, but not now.
Oh, wait a second. Vamp Hunter?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna talk to you to see if you liked me for what we didn't know what each other looked like, and so I was gonna. He's kind of got because of things in his mouth. He's like, so I was gonna see if you wanted to dance, but then you seemed mad. But then I heard you say you had a boyfriend, and so I was like, oh, maybe this is good for me. I was nervous because I never said that we went to the same school, and I kind of knew who you were this whole time, but then I didn't say anything. So then I thought you would think I was weird, so that's why I didn't have the teeth in, because I kind of was worried that you would think I was weird.
As Bridget's listening to this, I think the whole time she just doesn't believe it. So she's like, so she's probably going to ask him a vampire fact.
I lean
Just
over to
like-
Cassie and I say, this is some shop around the corner bullshit.
Yeah. I think she's going to ask him, I mean, it's not a true, what's my favorite vampire in history? The real vamp hunter would know.
Now I'm in a position where I have to try to figure out what Bridget.
You're on the spot. You can literally say anything. I'm gonna yes and this. I'm gonna yes and this.
He says,
What's my favorite vampire?
well, my favorite vampire is Blade, obviously, but I know your favorite is Vlad the Impaler.
It is you. Oh, I'm really sorry. I just thought you'd be dressed up in a Victorian outfit, but
I didn't.
you look nice.
Thanks. I don't really have any Victorian clothes, and Greether was kind of easier.
That's okay. You can take the fangs out now that I know it's
he
you.
like turns to the side and like spits them into his hand and like kind of holds them behind his back. And he's like, thanks. Yeah, I just thought, yeah, Greaser was easier. Sorry, I didn't want to disappoint you.
I'm not disappointed. Wait, what's your name again?
So you, it's up to you how well you know this kid, because he does go to school with you. But his name is Mateo Gill.
So cute. Sorry.
It's totally up to you if you like already like know him or like are semi friends with him, or whether it's a situation where you haven't really talked to him in person before.
I don't know. I think I probably don't know him very well.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh.
But you would know his name. So he's just kind of standing there, and he's like, "Yeah, sorry. Are you disappointed? Or are you you're probably expecting like an older guy, like college."
No, definitely not.
Bridget, can we get out of the club?
Yeah, you can come out. Sorry, Mateo. My friends are here.
Oh, I was wondering because I saw you all go off together.
Can we comically like full
Yeah.
forward?
Yeah, you come out, and he also looks around. He's like, "It's weird that this room is like decorated like Halloween. That's not really history."
Definitely weird.
Let's go.
No, Salem Witch Trials. Salem Witch Trials is history.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, we could you dance if you want to dance.
Oh, yeah. I
Or
mean,
we can go if the two of you.
No, we should all get out of the principal's office.
Yeah, get out of here.
do you stay behind, Bridget, or are you asking just the other two?
Wait a second.
Sandra's leaving for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm booking it. I just.
Yeah. So you're alone with Mateo again, Bridget, and he's just like, I mean, we could I mean, it's kind of...
She just bounces on him. And then like a cut to black kind of moment.
Yeah, you start, you bounce on him and then it goes to black. What are the other two of you doing?
Hey, I mean, I think I'm walking back and I'm like, okay, so protection sort of potion. Do we think it's protection for this ghost or against this ghost or?
Okay. What if this is a non-ghost related theory? What if it's like, you know how you brought all those condoms?
Yes.
What if it's like protecting all the students from like pregnancy resulting from whatever stuff everyone's getting up to tonight?
What Bridget's getting up to tonight. I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is not based in evidence. This is just.
No, I think you're onto something here. Let's just find a classroom, empty classroom, and I'm going to like draw out a little like sigil thing, and I grab out one of the condoms and I open it, and some string, and I'm going to like maybe they're like the water fountain or something. I'm going to fill the condom up with some water, tie it to the string, and use that as a pendulum to try.
Where are we going here?
Yeah, I think Melissa is just like.
Melissa's like, I love water balloons. Maybe this is the time.
I don't know what has happened here. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to try to use a condom as a pendulum to try to answer some questions.
Cool.
This is really cool.
I do think this is craft. And you can add +1 because it is different. I mean, you're also using your new spellcasting tool because we talked off stream that you were switching from lattes to protection.
I'm not good with lattes. So
Yeah.
maybe quantum pendulums are better.
Yeah, so it's a +1 from.
This is really neat. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's a 4 + 1.
Nice. So that's just a success. Oh, also, Bridget, I forgot to say this. Because you failed earlier, you do accumulate a weakness.
Okay.
So just keep track of that. When you get 5, it affects you a bit.
Okay.
That's, I think, the first failed roll. Yeah, so what are you trying to divine, Cassandra?
Is the principal on our side?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're getting... Okay, here's, I think, what you see. Ooh, because normally you've been getting kind of visions, but this is a different divination than you normally do. So this is more like, is this like the thing where you're like writing something down and seeing where the pendulum like goes to?
Yeah, like
I'm
a Ouija board?
aiming for like yes/no kinds of questions.
Okay, cool.
I'm thinking sort of Ouija board-esque.
Yeah. So yeah, you are holding this condom.
Condom on a string.
Not gonna lie, before you said pendulum, I had this image of you just like.
This is how we're gonna solve all of our problems.
Yeah, and so you have them like written on like a piece of paper or whatever. Like I think it's like a yes, no, unsure like thing that you've written down. So I think the condom goes to yes.
Okay. Is the ghost on our side?
I think the condom goes to unsure.
Okay.
Can I ask questions of it too, or can just Cassandra?
I think you can ask questions of it too.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the principal's spell trying to protect us from the ghost?
The condom goes to yes.
Okay. Is
Molly's dad a creep?
The condom goes to unsure.
Did Molly's dad put something in the drink? Put something in Cassandra's
It
drink
goes to
make her
no.
feel weird?
Yeah, it goes to no.
Okay.
Is Bridget banging Mateo right now?
It goes to unsure.
It goes to I am not at liberty to say.
Yeah.
This is so much better than the lattes.
Or Magic 8 Ball.
Cassandra's unlocked her true power.
Melissa's gonna use the shit out of this. Am I hot?
It goes to yes.
Is Sonoya into me?
It goes to yes.
Is there any chance of me getting her to make the first
It
move?
goes to unsure.
Boo. That's like this common bullshit.
I like gently punch you on the shoulder. Like, you should just do it. God. Well, I mean, I feel like that's so the principal is doing this thing to try to protect. The ghost has gotten through somehow, and the principal is trying to protect us from the ghost, but maybe we don't need to be protected from the ghost.
You say maybe we don't need to be protected from the ghost, and you hear screams coming from the gymnasium.
Yes, no.
Bridget, you and Mateo would hear this as well.
Maybe we do need to be protected.
50-50 could be like that, though.
I'm sure.
Try again later.
Screams of delight.
Well, I'm gonna be like, okay. Well, that's enough information to go on. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's Melissa heading back to the gym.
Yeah. Are you going to the? Are all three of you going to the gym? 4, I guess, including Mateo.
Yeah.
You go into the gym. I think Cassandra and Melissa are closer, so they would see this first. But Bridget, you're not far behind with Mateo. This is fully up to you. It would be funny if Mateo had a hickey, but
okay. Yes.
You both.
Well, if they're catching up to us, I think I'm like kind of ignoring Mateo because I'm like he's not part
He's not a part of this. Yeah, he
like a little bit the like you're not my dad.
Yeah, you both look a little rumpled. Mateo has like the beginnings of a hickey. And you open the doors of the gymnasium and see pandemonium as like streamers are wrapping around people. The inflatable jukebox has like gotten bigger, like almost is bursting, and is like there's the 2 suits of armor are like moving around and like grabbing people. Like it's complete chaos in here, and like students are screaming, like everyone's freaking out.
Cassandra's delighted. This is the best thing she's ever seen.
Oh yeah. Okay. Melissa's fully like going full like dance, and she was like, oh no. Whoever will save me.
Melissa, you see Sanea is like being grabbed by, like she is one of the people who's been grabbed by the suit of armor.
Here, I give you my condom with a rope and a string attached to it as a weapon.
Okay.
Now it is a flail.
I want to like, oh gosh, I think that they're called bolos. And so where the name of the bolo tie comes from. It's like a string with 2 balls on the end.
Yeah.
And I only know these from the Disney movie Saludos Amigos, where they take out like a llama with them. They fly through the air, and like I would like to like do like wrap around like the legs or something of this suit of armor.
Yes.
Or if that doesn't work, I'll just in the head.
I think it's vigor to try to take down the suit of armor. So yeah, go ahead and roll that.
4.
Cool. So you can either fail or you can succeed at a cost.
I think just because last time I did succeed at a cost, I'll fail this time.
Yeah, so you go to do this, you like very quickly like, put this thing together, and the bolo, you throw it over to try to wrap around the armor's legs, and the condoms just pop because there's like sharp pieces on, and so it doesn't really particularly do anything. And Sanea is just like trying to get out and like, you know, screaming like, help me, somebody help me, what's going on?
Cassandra picks up a folding chair and just whacks a suit of armor in the back. Like,
yeah.
full WWE style.
Definitely vigor to hit this thing.
This is not the direction I thought this would go, but I'm having the best time.
That is a 5 + 2 for a 7.
You smash this thing, and like the suit of armor, it's not a real suit of armor, it's like something that the school like put together. It like crumbles to pieces.
And I know where every breaking piece is.
Exactly.
You know what's hot glued.
And yeah, it just like crumbles to pieces. And Sanea like just runs toward Melissa and almost seems like she's gonna hug her, but then like the dress is in the way, and she's like, okay, I feel like I should say this now. I was trying to propose to you like a million times, and sometimes you just didn't notice it, and sometimes like I chickened out, but do you remember when we were in the hallway and I dropped that bag of Hershey's Kisses all over the floor?
Yeah, that was a huge mess.
Well, I was supposed to do that, and then I was supposed to say, now that I kissed the ground you walked on, will you go to prom with me? But then you started picking them up, and then everyone in the hallway started picking them up, and then...
Yeah, they were a tripping hazard.
Then there was another time where I brought you a juice. I brought you a green juice, and it had...
That was so nice of you, by the way.
It had written on it, I'd be juiced to go to prom with you, but it got wiped off, and so I just had blue on my hand from the marker, and then you didn't see because it was just smeared off. And then I was gonna do this big thing in the cafeteria, but then I thought it would put pressure on you to say yes, and I couldn't get it right, and so I just never asked. But now that this is happening, I feel like I should tell you that I wanted to go to prom with you, and I just couldn't ask you the right way.
Here's the thing. Part of me halfway through that wanted to be like, I kiss her. But like, no, Melissa wants to hear all these prom poses.
Like, puts out the chair and sits on it.
Yeah, like, tell me what
Still
else.
everyone around you is like screaming
No,
and running around.
I want to watch this happen.
But yeah, she's like, I tried so many times, and it just was not working.
And then I lean forward and kiss her. That's what she's actually Melissa.
Yeah, so you two were kissing. Mateo is just like, what? Do you, like, leans over to Bridget, do you know what's going on right now?
No, question, is that giant jukebox inflatable still walking?
Yeah.
It's like Stay Puft Marshmallow thing.
Yes, it's like that. It's like...
I love it so much. Can there be a moment between Bridget and Mateo where they just kind of look at each other and it's like lipstick speared, hickey on his neck, and then they look at this giant inflatable, they break the necklace of garlic she wore to like essentially clothesline it to trip?
Oh, yes. I like that. Yeah, go ahead and roll. This is definitely vigor.
Okay.
Also, you can do it with advantage because Mateo's helping you.
Okay. I definitely needed the advantage because the first one would have been, well, it would have been a 5, but the second one's a 6.
Nice. Yeah, so you two, like, clothesline this big, like, jukebox that just kind of slowly starts falling.
It's like, everybody get out!
And yeah, definitely the other thing you notice is that this chaperone is just like beside himself running around like trying to get people out of the way, but this guy that's like been in your way this whole time is like completely in the way now and is about to have his thing fall on him.
I think no, Bridget say,
let that happen.
You clothesline him too.
Did you say you let that happen?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this big inflatable just fall. It's still an inflatable, so he's like pinned. It'd be like being under a bounce house. It's not like, you know, you're not dead. But...
Oh, I'm not, okay, he's not gonna get like flying.
No,
okay.
No, it's still an inflatable.
Probably will be fine.
Yeah, so he's like pinned under this thing. Cassandra, you notice the Milky White is like going around and like is like ramming into people and like knocking them over.
So good for her.
Cassandra does that thing that like happens in every like shitty medieval-esque movie where the girl goes down and like rips a like thing in her dress so that she has more range of movement.
Yeah.
She does that, and it's a little bit higher than she intended, for sure. But she's like, nah, whatever.
Yeah.
A couple of condoms fall on the floor. It's whatever.
Yeah.
And she's gonna take this chair. She's had good luck with it so far. She's gonna go take this chair, and actually, no. You know what? She's just gonna run and like tackle Milky White.
Cool. This is definitely.
Like, Sandra definitely had some like wrestling watching during her life.
Yeah.
And it was like kind of something that she doesn't really talk about very much, but she's also very into it.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll vigor to try to tackle this Milky White.
That is a 3 + 2, so 5.
Yeah, that's a success. So you go diving into this thing, and what's happening at the same time is this other person who you've worked on sets before. It's up to you, like, how close the two of you got, and I think it's probably, they've worked on the crew for plays at school before, and I think you've had some bonding moments when it was just, like, the two of you working on painting sets together, and they've been acting kind of, like, bashful around you lately, and I'll put their picture up. Da, 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 da. There it is. You two go for the Milky White at the same time. They have just like a piece of like, oh, I think they have a lasso from the cowboy thing. So they have a lasso and they lasso for like the, you know, like a leg. You tackle it and it like breaks into pieces.
Yeah, I give him the people's elbow.
April is the student, this other student. They kind of dust their hands off and they were like, well, you know, we both kind of know the weak points, so good job.
Yeah, you too. Excellent form.
They definitely blush a little bit when you say that. And then are like, do you know what's going on right now? Like someone screaming runs past.
I mean, only the best prom the school has ever seen, am I right? This is amazing.
Is this the senior prank this year?
You know, let's say that it is. Let's go with that. Yeah, probably. We're really well put together, am I right?
Yeah.
We should go deal with that. And, you know, I point out another thing that's going horribly wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of look over and they're like, yeah. I think the thing that's going.
Reach my hand back.
Oh,
yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, they like look very nervous and then like tentatively take your hand. The thing that's going wrong is there's a drawbridge part of the entrance that has been open the whole time because for like the purposes of the play it needed to open and close, but like for the purposes of the prom tonight it just needed to be open, but it's like closing and like people are like trying to get out and like banging on
like
on
the scene
door.
from Titanic.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the thing that's happening now. That's like the dramatic thing. But the two of you are holding hands and run over to it.
I'm gonna look over at April and be like, I know that you are the kind of person who has a knife.
they look kind of sheepish and then like hike their dress up and like have like a tool belt like wrapped around one leg kind of and like pull out like a utility knife and
like a Leatherman or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just like point where like the ropes are and I'm like, let's get those cut. I think it's probably the best move here.
Yeah.
And I'll try to like catch it so that it doesn't just fall straight down and hurt people.
Yeah, I think this is vigor again. Well, maybe this could be knowledge actually, because you're going about it in kind of a like knowing the way the thing works. Yeah. So I'll say this is knowledge, and you can have advantage too.
That is, I don't need it. I got a 6.
Nice. The two of you just like, you've worked on sets before, like you both know like the techie talk, the like, you know, stage like oh, what is it called? I can't remember. Techie. Stagehand, yeah. So you're like just calling out to each other from like the terms you know from like working and building these sets. You're like, okay, take this down. You're communicating with each other. And just within moments.
Backstage.
Yeah. within like minutes, you have this thing torn down because it's like, well, you've torn this set piece down like a million times during like, you know, during the breakdown at the end. What are Bridget and Melissa doing?
Melissa is not helping because Melissa is
is Melissa still kissing?
yeah, Melissa's like
Melissa and Sanaya are still just kissing, and like Sanaya really has to lean in because of the gown, and so she kind of has her like arms around your waist, partially for stability, and you're just like kissing, and everything around is like chaos. Like all these people are running around. What's Bridget doing?
It's funny because I had a similar image in mind after Mateo and her had tripped up the inflatable jukebox.
Yeah.
They were just like are kissing on top of it as it deflates slowly, just like rolling around. There's like garlic. And...
Yeah, everything is still going crazy, but two of you are taking kissing breaks.
I think I look around.
my priorities are in line.
I see this happening, and I turn
prom.
to April, and I'm just like, I mean, what?
I know, what
Right?
could be more of a connection than like building something and taking it apart? I really don't. The kissing is...
Yeah, geez, like they're missing everything cool that's happening right now.
Yeah, they're like very neatly like stacking things up because they're like, well, this is gonna have to go back to the theater department
We
afterwards.
have to strike this.
Yeah, they're like basically doing strike right now. So like all of the parts, they're just going around to anything they recognize and dismantling it.
I think I turned to April, and I'm like, you wouldn't happen to be a witch or anything, would you? No.
No.
Yeah, the expression tells me okay, that's fine. Bridget, Melissa, come on, we got shit to do.
I like pull away like very like, oh my god, and I look around like, is the principal or like another chaperone like nearby, like about to intervene or something? Like I feel like I'm about to get in
busy.
You are in trouble. You are in this trouble.
The principal.
Figure out the ghosts that caused this. That seems to be the priority.
Oh, do I see my little glitter friend running around?
You don't, but like you do see like swirls of glitter every once in a while. So like,
Fuck that bastard.
roll. I think this would be knowledge,
Okay.
Melissa, to kind of get a feel for like what's going on right now.
Because this was with my glitter, do I still get the plus
Yeah,
one?
sure, you get a +1 since it like is, you know, still with your glitter.
That's a 5.
Cool. So what you think is happening, your mind is still kind of, you know, on other things, but what you think is happening as you're seeing, like, you're not seeing an outline of a thing, but what you're noticing is like flashes of glitter moving from, like, now that you're thinking about it, you're like, oh, when that suit of armor fell apart, like a burst of glitter came out and then something else started moving. And now that you're looking, you're seeing that there's really only like, there are a lot of things happening really quickly, but when you're looking, it's like, oh, this thing is moving, and then when it falls down, something else starts moving. And so you're thinking that it's one thing that is doing all of this. It's just moving very quickly from like object to object.
Kind of like the way they do Tinkerbell in like the play of Peter
Yes.
Pan, where it's like the light flashlight.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. Or like poltergeisty kind of things where it's like, oh, like a lot of stuff is happening, but it's like one thing that's doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's you get the feeling this is one entity and it is your glitter friend.
Cool. Now, what I'm trying to do is to not take my eyes off the glitter because I don't want to look away and then miss where it is now.
Yes, cool. So yeah, you're watching it.
And I think I'm kind of waiting for it to get like closer to me so that then I can try to take it down. I'm like a cat with a mousy toy, like.
Yeah.
You know. Okay.
Are you communicating any of this to the other two witches?
I think so. Yeah. I think I like pointed out, and you know.
So maybe we can trap it. What do you think? We could.
Well,
I don't
when
think
there's something strange in your neighborhood.
inflatable jukebox. You're so yes.
Who are you gonna call?
No,
Literally anyone but you two.
No. What if we cut your friend has the Letterman? What if we cut a hole in the inflatable jukebox and like, no, that would just make the jukebox go crazy. I was thinking like trapping it in there and giving it the place to like ping pong around, but no, that's just gonna bring the jukebox back. That's stupid. Scratch that. Ignore what I was just about to say.
Salt, right? Salt circles. What if we could
I'll remind you, as you're saying that, Melissa does have like this perfume bottle of whatever the principal was making.
Yes!
It was before break, so I thought I would mention it.
I was thinking, well, I mean, the cafeteria's got to have salt somewhere.
Yeah.
But that's much easier, and it's right here.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's try to corral.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. So is it a spray or is it a roller for your
I know that most travel perfumes are a roller, but I was imagining it as a sprayer because I figured that would be
fine.
convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're waiting for the thing to get close and then spraying it.
Yeah, I'm imagining like a bigger sprayer, but yeah. Like I'm waiting for it to get like basically within range, and it's like a bad cat. Like
interesting. Let me think. I do think this needs to be a roll. Is there anything the other two of you are doing to assist with this plan?
So I think that
Garlic.
April and I can get it out of whatever it's in right now, and maybe
you don't like hurt it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, have Melissa be near something that would be enjoyable for this spirit to go into.
Do any of you have a pitch for what this thing might be that would be a prime target for?
Disco ball.
Oh,
the punch bowl.
Or the punch bowl.
I do love disco ball.
Let's do disco ball. I love Joe Malone.
I have 4. We can talk about it after.
So yeah, you're kind of like, okay, yeah, there's this disco ball that's like in the center of the room. It's very, shiny. It's like a good, and of course it's like, it's really big. Like, it's not like one of those dinky little disco balls that you get from like Spencer's or whatever. It's like a big, real disco ball. And it's like, what do ghosts love more than anything else is like dropping some sort of lighting thing onto people. Yeah. So you're kind of like, okay, disco ball, if we can wait for it to get in there. Sorry, Kitty, what did you say Cassandra's doing?
So Cassandra, I think it's not in the disco ball right now.
Yeah.
It's in something else. So I think Cassandra and April are gonna go disassemble whatever it's in now.
Okay.
Trying to get it from that into this other thing.
Yeah, I think what it's in now... What's funny that would be in now that's like almost not historical? It did suit of armor already. I think it's in...
What if it... Oh, yeah, go.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what if it's like, if there's like a plastic skeleton chained to the wall?
Yeah.
You don't have that in a prom. But...
I do like that though. Yeah, so there's like a plastic skeleton that's like menacing students right now. That's kind of like jittery.
One of those 12-foot tall ones that everybody
Yes. Oh my god, yes. It's like
yeah. So many of my friends got so
it was those. Like something that like there was like some sort of like Halloween theater thing that they got this 12-foot skeleton, and so you like tell people, okay, let's go disassemble that. So the two of you are working on disassembling the skeletons. It's like kind of fighting against you. What are Bridget and Mateo doing?
I think at this point we're trying to actually be helpful.
You're untangling yourselves from the big deflated jukebox.
Yeah. We're probably just tagging along at this point, trying to just help with the kind of ushering of this spirit or whatever over to. Yeah.
Cool. So you two are doing this. And kind of like, helping out, like trying to disassemble the skeleton, helping Melissa like figure out, keep an eye on like what's going on. I think Melissa, go ahead and roll. I think this has to be craft. But it is with advantage because your friends are helping.
It's in my perfume bottle. So
sure. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and add a +1 to it.
But that's only a 2!
But what do you add to your craft? Do you not add anything to craft?
No, it's +1 spell oh. Okay. Then it's a 4.
Okay.
And I'll succeed with the cost.
Okay, cool. Ooh.
I genuinely could not do that math for a minute. Like
I think
2 and 2.
What is the cost? I think I know what the cost is. So you're all working together trying to get the spirit from one thing to another. Cassandra, you and April and Bridget and Mateo are like tearing apart the skeleton. You get it enough disassembled that the rest of it just clatters to the ground. Melissa, you see this glittery kind of like thing just in a flash go up into the disco ball. You get your bottle ready, and in that moment, this chaperone, Molly's dad, like has gotten out from under the thing and is like coming over to you and is directly below the disco ball that the spirit has just inhabited. The disco ball crashes onto him. It breaks into a bunch of pieces. He's unconscious on the ground. And Melissa, you very quickly start spraying it. And I think the way that
actually gets him in his eye.
Yeah, you're spraying like him too, partially.
Or like Zerway.
And okay. So you're spraying and are basically making, because I'll say, because Cassandra mentioned this earlier, like a circle. You're making kind of like a circle with spray around this thing and spraying like where you think the ghost is. For a second there's quiet. And then Molly's dad stands up, looking kind of dizzy, and says, let me out of here, let me out.
Just blank range. Just like,
yeah.
This is great. We can actually find out what the ghost wants before we just start spraying. I mean, it's funny to see that. Let's like,
when applicable, I will spray him at point blank range.
Yeah, so you're holding this like up to his face. He's like wincing. And he's like, just let me out of this circle.
Okay, props on all this. This was great.
This was a delight. Thank you.
This was amazing. But what?
Without this, she would have never made the first move.
Yeah, that was definitely the top part of this.
Sanea's like looking like, what is going on right now? I think because you disassembled like the entrance, like everyone else has left because like they're like, I don't know what's going on. So it's mostly just you and your friends slash
like half of them went to Denny's.
Yeah, everyone else like, we're going to Denny's early. He kind of looks at you and says, did you really think it was fun?
Yeah, this was awesome. Are you kidding me? I didn't even want to come to prom. Like, I was like, like, I'm not really a dating in that kind of way sort of person. And
Bridget and I had to do some mild bullying.
Yeah, more than mild. It was, I cried a couple times.
I apologized for that. You let it go.
But
like, this was fantastic.
All I really wanted to do was have fun at prom.
I mean, look, the rest of these people, these losers might not have had fun at prom, but we had a great time.
What's your name?
My name's Kathy. Anyone who wants to can roll knowledge.
Yeah. My knowledge is 0, so I doubt I'll get this, but... Yeah, that's a 2.
A 3.
That's an 8.
Okay. So, I think 3... if you want to, you can fail or succeed at a cost with a 3.
I'll fail.
Okay.
Another weakness.
Yeah,
for
mark
me.
another weakness, and then Melissa, you'll also take a weakness for failing.
Ooh.
But Cassandra, you hear this name, Kathy, and you're like, oh, there's like this story that about prom that like something kind of weird always happens at prom. Like you haven't been before, but there's always something kind of weird that happens at prom, and the students always say that it's this ghost of this girl who died the night before prom and didn't get to go. And they say that she comes and haunts the prom every year to try to ruin it, like to try to ruin the night. And so any weird thing that happens, people are just like, oh, that's this ghost of this girl. This was like, 30, 40 years ago. So like before any, like not somebody that any of you would like know or that students would know, but just like one of those stories that people tell.
Oh, so you're the one that the stories are about.
They tell stories about me?
Yeah, they totally tell stories about you. Like
We're the talk of every prom.
You're a legend.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
It's pretty epic.
I didn't know. They talk about me?
Yeah.
So much.
Are you... What? So what happened? You died the day before prom? Is that true?
Yeah, I died the day before prom. I really wanted to go. I didn't even have a date, so I wasn't sure if I was going to go. But I really wanted to. And then, yeah, I died in a freak accident. And then I woke up and I was here and it was prom. And so I was like, well, I just want to have, I just thought I was at prom. And so I started drinking the punch, and like everyone was like, the first time I went over to get something, everyone just started freaking out. And that's when I realized that nobody could see me. And so now
You died and they still held prom.
and so, yeah.
They didn't cancel it?
Classmates were assholes.
I didn't die at school, so I guess they just still did it anyway.
They're still pretty fucked up.
And look, if a student dies at school, legally we don't have to come to class.
Yeah. So she's like, so yeah, and then, prom ends and I disappear and then I wake up and it's prom again, and it just keeps, every year
Groundhog's Day. I love that movie.
and she's like, so, people just, nobody ever sees me, nobody ever talks to me, and so at some point I just decided I would start, trying to like have some, I didn't get to do the senior prank either, so I just thought I'll just prank everybody every year.
It was a really good
I mean,
senior
this was
prank.
funny as shit.
Yeah.
She like
And quite the matchmaker.
Honestly, the guy that you're possessing right now was a total dweeb. So this is great.
yeah, she looks down and she's like, yeah, I didn't really think I'd have to be wearing something like this when I got noticed at prom for the first time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I won't be doing it, but like Molly might not be having an easy time after this prom.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ghost doesn't really have any context for what that means, so she just kind of is like, yeah, Molly.
Mateo, I'll lean over to Mateo. Ask her to dance.
I mean, I'm not really...
Just do it!
He goes over and he says, would you like to dance?
Okay, as an ex-theater kid, what should I sing?
Oh, yeah, well...
Wait, she died 40 years ago? Something from the 80s. Take my breath away.
Yeah, except for Melissa canonically is
Except
not...
for Melissa cannot hit high notes.
Yeah.
So Melissa, you start singing Take My Breath Away. And this teenager is dancing
die. Take my breath away, Christ almighty.
Dancing with this spirit in the body of a parent, and they're just slow dancing.
Don't let the principal see this. Really gotta be bad.
The principal is not here. And then, Melissa stopped singing, whether it's because you sing the whole song or it's just you only sing the part of it that you remember.
No, it's like me when I was little and I didn't know all lyrics to Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Like, it's like the same, like, stanza, just kind of like on repeat.
Like, walking in slow motion, walking in slow motion, walking in slow motion.
And Andre is trying really hard not to be, like, dying with laughter, and is, like, biting her lips so hard it's bleeding.
April is also like holding onto your arm, doing like the same thing. Also has no idea what's going on right now.
I'm not like, warm.
It's just like so confused. No, I guess they know a little bit because they just heard this guy say all this stuff, so they're like trying not to laugh. And yeah, the song, Melissa finishes singing the song. And, the chaperone, like, this was a great prom. I think this was the best prom ever.
You want to go next year?
Yeah.
You want to be my date for prom next year?
Yeah.
I cannot promise you a body to be in, necessarily, but we'll figure it out.
You'll get up to some fun shit.
She's like, This is a great. Oh, she looks at Mateo and says, "Sorry, but I probably won't dance with you next prom because I have a date now." And she says that, and immediately the chaperone collapses to the floor as glitter kind of like disperses.
I still spray him point blank in the face.
You spray him point blank in the face, and he goes, "What's going on? Where's?"
We wanted to make sure you were alive. This was something we did out of concern for you.
He's like, "Is everyone okay? Were there any casualties?"
No, not at all.
Just your daughter's reputation.
Mateo and April and Sanea, like, as soon as he starts talking, like, they start looking, like, really tired, and they're like, I think Mateo's like, can we just, I know it's a little early, but can we just go to Denny's?
Yeah. Why does this keep happening?
Oh, spray him again!
No, failure! Spray him!
I know that this is a potion, but I like to think that the makeup of the potion is similar to perfume, so it burns.
Yeah. You spray him
warn you of rashes.
You spray him in the face, and he's like, "Okay, that's it. You're getting detention. I need to go find the principal," and just like power walks off.
I'm sorry for saving your life.
April is like yawning, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Denny's really. I could use some coffee."
Can I roll a?
I think knowledge. If you
okay, I was like, there's gotta be a way. But this is.
Or you could try to divine. I mean, you could.
Yeah, I feel like that. I want to try to figure out.
Sorry, I broke your water balloons.
That's okay. I've got so many. Look.
Oh my god, do you fill it with somebody's like illegal vodka flask that you find on the floor?
Yeah. I'll. You know what? This time I'm gonna blow it up bigger, and I'm gonna try to use it as like a crystal ball. Because I'm still experimenting.
Go ahead and roll your craft, and you can add a +1 to it.
Okay, that's a 3 + 1, so that's 4.
Okay, do you want to fail or do you want to succeed at a cost?
I want to succeed. I really want to know what's happening.
What should the cost be? I think the cost is that the condom that you blow up is like has lube, but also has like some kind of like spermicide or something in it.
Oh,
So like
yeah.
you get it in your mouth and it's like it's like kind of a little bit like around your mouth and it's like, oh, you know what it is? It's one of those like warming ones that has like this yeah, and so you have it like kind of like on your mouth, like this cooling warming sensation. But you blow up this condom and you I think hold it up to like some kind of light or something so it's like glowing a little bit. And you see these images kind of like, you know, like kind of slightly glowing images appearing in this blown up condom of like different kinds of vampires. So it shows like a Nosferatu, it shows like, you know, like all these different things. And then the last one it shows is like this guy. And you see like his eyes like are glowing a little bit.
You gotta kill him.
He doesn't.
I grabbed the chair.
You definitely notice that he doesn't have fangs, and I think one of you mentioned it earlier, but he is an energy vampire.
Wait, we probably shouldn't kill someone's dad, right?
Yeah.
I'll throw it.
She's gonna die of embarrassment anyway.
He also has left at this point. So, like, he was like, I gotta go get the principal because you sprayed me in the face, whatever. So he like, left out of the gym. But yeah, it's just you and, Mateo and Sanaya and April, in this empty gym. Everyone else is fled.
Do you know what the cure to vampirism is, or when you get your blood sucked by a vampire?
Coffee crypt?
Denny's pancakes.
Yeah, I think we cut over to you all. Actually, I think what the next thing that we see is a like carry thing of coffee, and we see the coffee says like coffee crypt, and then we pull out a little like the it goes like more into the foreground. You can see it's like a person carrying them that's like you know, like Uber Foods or Uber Eats or whatever is like comes into the Denny's where you all are delivers.
Outside food to Denny's.
Denny's
Coffee is terrible.
Delivers coffee from your favorite coffee place for all of you. As you're sitting having you know, the classic post-prom Denny's date.
I mean, I think, like, April and I are gonna be chatting about, like, our shared interests and stuff, and, like, I think, yeah, I mean, I feel like Cassandra being kind of, like, trying to understand why she doesn't have the same kind of attractions and stuff as her friends is, like, not really fully realized as an asexual being, but is like, yeah, this is really cool, this is a person I can connect with, and like maybe doesn't fully understand some of the stuff that I do, but is still gung-ho to do it.
Yeah,
and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I think you two are like sitting next to each other talking, and talking about, like, you know, school play stuff, talking about other things that you're interested in, talking about what just happened. Like, they're definitely trying to ask you like how you know so much about all this stuff and like what's up with the condom. Your lips are like a little bit like inflamed. Yeah, from the condom, and they're just kind of like, how did you know to do that? Like, how did you know that there was a ghost?
Oh, I mean, intuition. You know, I'm a divination witch. That's like kind of my thing, and I'm very good at it.
You're like, so that's why you asked me earlier if I was a witch.
I mean, honestly, I was just like, I need someone to help, and these two were just doing that.
Yeah, don't get it.
Me either.
But
you know what? It's fine.
I know neither of us want to kiss each other, that's clear. It was kind of nice when we were holding hands earlier.
Yeah, I'm into that. That's cool.
They kind of
also,
like,
we shouldn't kiss because of the inflammation.
Oh, yeah. They they kind of like put their hand on the table like open, so like if you wanted to hold hands.
Yeah.
I silently slide Cassandra the like emergency Benadryl from my
I think Cassandra is the kind of person who is like kind of relieved to have an excuse so that she can then think about this for like a few days and be like, yes, that is something that I'd like.
Yeah. So the two of you are just...
No, actually, I'm not into that.
Right, yeah. And, so the two of you are just kind of holding hands. What are Bridget and Melissa up to?
If it's okay, I would love for Bridget to be doing a tarot spread for Sanaya.
Ooh.
And I'm like, you have a forceful woman coming into your life. She's gonna change like everything you see and everything you do. And then like I flip the next one and I'm like, but you need to be more assertive. Like, and I'm like, I said, and every time I flip a card, I just like look at it. I just look at Melissa and just like wink at her like, I'm just making this up.
she's like leaning across the table over to you and she's like, does it say anything about us being the most incredible power couple that has ever existed at Buckland High School?
Let's flip your future and let's see. And I'll flip the third card. Wow. The lovers. I had it prepared. The whole time. Wow. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, she just kind of looks over at you, Melissa. And like kind of is like,
the cards can't lie.
Right. It seems like we don't really have a choice.
Yeah. I guess we're just gonna have to be girlfriends.
I think when Bridget says the cards can't lie, Cassandra whispers to April, but Bridget, sure.
Yeah. So she says, I guess we just have to be girlfriends. What does
I mean, I guess it like as a public service to the rest of the school.
Right. It'll be great for the rest of the school if we're, girlfriends and hanging out a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. Mateo's just happy to be here. He like keeps like talking to you, Bridget, about like, all the times that he's like wanted to come up to you at school, but then was like, oh, I don't know, and like different stuff like that.
Yeah, that's great. Would you ever want to get married on a boathouse?
I feel like that's such a good closing line. I can't even think of anything that he could say to top that. So I think that's just...
A houseboat. Boathouse.
Boathouse.
My boathouse.
That's Basic Witches, everybody. That's prom. That's prom night. Thank you all so much for playing. This was super fun. Before we wrap up, for anybody who came in just at the end... you can reintroduce yourselves and then let us know other projects you have going on, other places people can find you. And this time we're going to start with Kitty. You can go first.
Yeah, so Kitty Stryker, she, her pronouns, and I am currently finishing up the editing for a workbook on consent culture called Ask Yourself, the Consent Culture Workbook, and I think that's going to come out next year, probably in the spring. You can also read my writing at kittystryker.com. I'm on Medium, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, like I'm all over the place. So you can just look up Kitty Stryker and you can find me in all sorts of places.
Lexi, what about you?
Yeah, I'm Lexi Martin, she, her. Trying to think of something to promote. During these times, something I'm hugely passionate about is ballet. You probably have a ballet company near yourself without realizing it. So go take a look, see what interesting companies are performing near you. Places put on really cool works. They're not all like, Sleeping Beauty and Swan Lake. The arts really need our support right now. So go to the ballet, find what you love, and develop a new passion.
Paige, what about you?
Yeah, hi, I'm Paige. My pronouns are she, her. I too get to dungeon master or game master some games over on Twitch at my channel at Dungeon Mom. I play Dungeons and Dragons every Wednesday, which is a lot of fun. And I'm I cannot stress enough, if you joined after the fact, if you have any loyalty points, you donate them right now to Roll for Felicity so we can watch us smash or pass stream. Because if you missed the last one, by the way, watch the VOD. It was very fun.
It was
also happy Pride.
I want to play this.
It was very fun. And then the last thing that I'll say while we're still all on the call, and then I'll wrap up the stream, is if you enjoyed this game, it's called Basic Witches. It's by Alicia Furness, and you can buy it and play it yourself. It's on itch, so the link to that is in chat, and you can also follow the creator of the game on Twitter. I almost said on itch. You can follow them on itch as well, but follow them on Twitter. Both those links are in chat. I am going to leave this Zoom call and wrap up with chat. If the three of you want to hang out for just a minute, so I can properly wrap up with you. But if you have to go, that's totally fine. I understand. Okay. But do you want to say goodbye to stream and to the YouTube VOD?
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Thanks for coming.